Yo, what's up, guys? So we're playing some Quintet Magician Exodia. I know it sounds weird, but I swear it works. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the first play, which is obviously going to be Summoner Mug. We're going to be getting out Treasure Pander with the effect. I don't need this many Allure of Darknesses. Although banishing the Exodia parts is totally fine. Don't worry about that. So Treasure Pander, pretty good card. We're going to deck then a little bit here. I actually do not want the Exodia parts in my hand. We're going to go ahead and just try to deck them a little bit over here. I can actually, like I said, banish the Exodia part. It's not the end of the world if I have to banish it. In fact, I mean, I actually have replays already of me pulling off Exodia, but like Exodia, not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and just get rid of this. Don't really need it. I played more than one of it, so that's why. So anyways, let's go ahead and draw some cards. Magical Mallet if we need to. That card's pretty good too. Works well because Summoner Monk is just kind of sitting here. But we got to activate the effect of Treasure Pander once more. And we're just going to go ahead and just get out all the Exodia parts. So there's going to be 2 more Exodia parts that we need to actually get out. I'm also looking for Jester Confit. That's another card that I would not mind getting. So we have 1 more Exodia part. I'm actually going to reset these. I can actually reset 3 cards. I mean, the other card technically is a draw card. But I want to keep this. I think keeping that is actually ideal in this scenario. Because we already used Treasure Pander. You only need 1. It's just so I can kind of utilize multiple. So we're just going to activate this. And now I don't actually have to get rid of the Exodia. So this deck is actually pretty consistent. Surprisingly, it works out pretty well. Doesn't really matter what we're banishing with this effect. But now, the important card. Now I'm just going to double check in here. There should be an Exodia part. And then we're going to go ahead and make Scoldite. So let's go ahead and make our boy Scoldite. So we're going to use all the Exodia pieces except for 1. One of them is actually important to kind of keep. So we're going to activate that Scoldite's effect. And now we can go ahead and get rid of whatever. Actually, Treasure Pander could be actually used right now. Actually, this card could be used. But we can only use 1 Spellbook of Knowledge per turn. Mallet Discipline, we only need 1 of these, obviously. Treasure Pander, like I said, it can be used. Monster Reincarnation can be used also to get out... actually, hold on. Let's keep Monster Reincarnation. Let's get rid of Confit over here. We don't really need it. Select an order. This doesn't really matter. I can technically reset the order with Mallet anyways. If I do want to go ahead and go with that play. Because I don't actually... Well, I guess I could go with this, and I can Mallet and then cycle all the cards once again anyways. That is an option, technically. I could go for that, and I could Monster Incarnation, get back the card anyways. Pop the board. I can do a lot of different things here. But I need to get 5 spellcasters with different names. And currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And all I would need to do is put this card in the graveyard, which obviously this card can do really easy. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and just do this, just for the sake of doing it. Draw some extra cards. And the reason why Quintet Magician works so well with this, guys, is because he himself can pop the entire board as long as you use 5 different names. And this happens to be a spellcaster. Jester Confit is also another spellcaster as one of the targets. So I can go ahead and go straight into this. And what we're going to do now is pop my opponent's entire board. So it doesn't really matter what they're playing because, well, they lose everything. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You could actually Exodia them too in this deck. And there's another card that is a kind of a win condition on its own. The only important thing is to special summon in one of these zones. So yeah, it's because you want the boost of the attack. And then it's going to activate Scoldite's effect and ask, do you want Quintet Magician's effect? Which is pop everything my opponent controls. What is it called? The Haunted and Scapegoat. Oh, that's a flip effect. Okay. Now, this has another effect where you can just special summon something. Because currently, if I go open my calculator, we have 4,800 plus 2,800. And that's 7,600. So we need some extra damage. I think Maxi would be an excellent card. However, we could go for another Treasure Pander. Let's try to extend our combos here. We don't need a Max C. We're going to see if we can draw into something else. Or Allure of Darkness. We still gotta go. We gotta go ham, boys. All right. I guess we can summon Jester Confit. That technically we can just go into like a Link Karibo with this card. It's kind of nice. It actually gives us an extra boost of attack. But we're going to go ahead and make a Link Karibo. You go and extend the combos with this deck even further if you wanted to. So it's going to gain an extra boost attack. We could actually beat him down with Link Kariba, but I think the most disrespectful thing... What if he has Battle Evader? Hold on. What else could we get out? I could go for another Jester Convent. We can actually Link Summon even further in this. Heck, I could activate this effect and go into Summoner Monk. And if I was to play any of the reset cards, I could actually do that as well. I can actually activate Summoner's Monk's effect. I mean, this deck, guys, it does have a lot of options. I mean, heck, you guys want to make it extra spicy? We can go ahead and go into that Cowboy, Decode Talker. I mean, we got options for this. I'm just gonna go for this because, well, dude, you know, Minerva is one of my favorite seeds. Yeah, we're just going off. Definitely OTK'd him. And it's strange that Quintet Magician works so well with Exodia. But obviously, guys, with no monsters left on the field, I mean, what's the biggest beam? Dying to a Link Karibo? I think that's pretty disrespectful. I debated on maxing my opponent for game, and this deck, guys, is actually really consistent. It's basically the Treasure Panda Exodia deck that I made a while back. Super popular, a lot of people loved it, and you basically just, you can win multiple ways. But it's so easy with Treasure Panda just to get 5 spellcasters with different names in the graveyard. It's a joke. I was just like, dude, this is too perfect. But if you guys want to see, let me show you guys different win conditions. Because I actually recorded a bunch. A lot of people were quitting out on me. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna record a few of these. So I have multiple win conditions. So this guy is playing some Pendulum Magicians, right? There's a little bit more of a meta deck. It's even running Cyframes, man. So that was something that was popular in the OCG. But anyways, yeah, you can actually win by Exodia. You can win by the legendary Exodia Incarnate. You can actually win with the core combo of the deck, going, of course, for the Scoldy and going for the Pop Everything. Oh, I also wanted to mention really quickly, because before someone says if one thing gets stopped, a lot of people don't know what the Treasure Panda does, and they're like, what the heck, why is he summoning Exodia parts? But the thing is that, like, under Maxi, it's totally fine because the deck can OTK, obviously. And another thing I wanted to mention over here. Now, this guy, as soon as his turn starts, it's basically like a first turn win. Like, we Exodia'd him. We had Magical Fusion. We could have activated this, but I wanted to show you guys the deck. It's not just a one-trick pony. Like, it has multiple ways to actually beat your opponent over here. And I think this is another one of those, like, bread and butter, like, simple combo plays. The guy ends up going first turn and just doesn't do anything. Not even a set escape from a different dimension. But this one is pretty much similar. It's just getting all of the cards, going straight into Scoldy, and makes things pretty easy when you're able to, like, either add a card back. And oh, I also wanted to mention, this one's kind of a disrespectful play. I just wanted to show you guys that you can do this, although it's counterproductive technically. All right, so Scoldy has that ability to, you know, obviously cycle through a bunch of cards, completely balanced. This card will have 4,000 attack minimum if you go for the Treasure Panda. And this card, by the way, guys, is immune to everything. Also, the new Dark Magician guy, he can't even be Kaiju'd. So I should have went over the effect of this card. So anyways, it requires 5 spellcasters to fusion summon it. Anyways, in addition to that, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls when it comes out. And it cannot be treated, so your opponent can't Kaiju it. And it can't be used as fusion material, so that means they can't, like, use your side of the field. There are some cards like that. It's kind of relevant to heroes, like Super Poly. Realistically, that's about it. Also, it cannot be destroyed by card effects, so it kind of protects itself in that sense. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is not an optimal play. I'm just showing you guys you can do it for disrespect. So, basically, this monster would actually have 0 attack, even though it would be boosted up. But the thing is if you do this play, you will be short some amount of damage. And then when we banish all these cards over here, we just needed to get an additional summon. You guys will see, like, it was suboptimal. Obviously, attacking with this would have been the smart move. The note, I don't need to go for Quintet yet. The smart thing to do, guys, in this play is to attack with both of these. And then your opponent will have, like, a very few life points left. And then next turn, you go and drop that Quintet Magician, you pop everything, and then you can attack. With no monsters left on the field, your boy, Quintet Magician, is there. But it's more of a deck I wanted to make for the memes, but it turned out to be not that bad. And like I said, a lot of people quit out on me just because the nature of Exodia decks in general. Okay, I swear he didn't quit out on me on that. It was kind of the same thing, okay? I recorded a lot. A lot of the combos halfway through people would leave, and I'm just like, oh gosh. But I wanted to show you guys, you can Exodia in the deck. You can win by Quintet Magician. You can also win by, of course, the the legendary Exodia Incarnate. So if any of you guys want to try out this deck, it's more of a fun deck, but I honestly don't think it's that bad. There's also some plays where you can banish Exodia and it's totally fine. Like, I didn't actually think about that. You can also technically use Summoner Monk and get rid of, like, since you can only use one Spellbook of Secrets per turn, you can only use one copy of Spellbook of Knowledge. You can go Summoner Monk into Summoner Monk, and you can actually go and make other, like, Link monsters. Fireball Dragon actually can pull off Exodia, because what you're able to do is you can target monsters, co-linked, whatever, return them to the hand. You can actually just bounce back. You just bounce back one of the Exodia parts, and then you back up Soldier, and you just, like, win the game, too. Like, there's so many plays with this deck. Honestly, like, I didn't even get to test out the other cards. I put these here, well, obviously we did play these, but I wanted to test out this card, and I also wanted to test out this card, because technically you can OTK with this card, and after you banish all of your Exodia parts, you can put them back, and then this card boosts up attack, and I can add back another card. Like, there's so many options. I'm kind of just, I don't need to make any more, like, different builds. I feel like it's pretty cool, but anyways, if you guys want to try out this deck, have some fun with it. Yeah, Exodia, Quintet Magician Exodia is what I want to call it, because it actually is pretty cool that you can just make it really fast in the deck, and obviously the deck is just, it's pretty consistent. Try it out. I would say it's about 75% of the time you're going to be winning, like, turn 1. If you don't win turn 1, the deck can still win. It's not like a one-trick pony deck where it only has one option. You can win with this card, you can win with, of course, this card, and you can win with Exodia. It has, like, 3 win conditions, so that's kind of cool. And also, I think it's kind of cool just for, like, you know, anime fans. Like, dude, Exodia Dark Magician, like, or Quintet Magician Exodia, interesting concept. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But let me give you guys deck profile. If you guys want to try it out, have some fun with it. So, 5 pieces of Exodia, 3 copies of Legendary Exodia Incarnate, 3 copies of Treasure Pander, 3 copies of Summoner Monk, 1 copy of Maxi, 2 copies of Gesture Confit, 3 copies of Allure, 3 White Elephant's Gift, 2 copies of Spellbook of Knowledge, 1 Pot of Desires, 1 Where Art Thou, 2 copies of Spellbook of Secrets, 3 copies of Miracleized Fusion, 1 Hand Destruction, 1 Backup Soldier, 1 Obliterate. Honestly, dude, I think this card is so good. You can play multiple copies of it. 3 copies of Magical Mallet, and 2 copies of Monster Reincarnation. This actually is fuel for your other Exodia part, because this card sometimes can be difficult to get in the grave if you don't have this, or, you know, there's other ways to get it in. I ran Tech Hand Destruction. It's really just use. Specifically, there was a time, as you guys saw from the replays, where I just needed any monster, just any monster, literally. Just, I could have attacked him with Max C. I just needed 1 more monster so I can activate the effect of my Skulldie. In fact, you should play another copy of Skulldie in this. I was actually thinking about Acquisitiveness and resetting the Exodia parts after I use them and after I go for my Quintet Magician. And then I would honestly wanted to try, guys, to go for double Quintet Magician. However, unfortunately, Magicalized Fusion, you can only actually 1 per turn. I was like, dang, that's unfortunate. Because I wanted to summon double of these, but that's not going to be possible, unfortunately. But I just wanted to try out other builds, and I didn't need to, man. This build worked out good enough, and I think the deck's fun. But anyways, have some fun with the deck, guys. Oh, of Stars Extra deck, Skulldie, Quintet Magician, and Link Karibo. These are the only important cards. The rest, they're stepping stones. You can also probably put it in Proxy Dragon. That wouldn't be a bad card to go ahead and add in also. I just kind of took like another deck and I kind of just took it apart real fast and just kept the extra deck in. But most of the time, you won't be making most things other than, like, keep 2 Link Karibos in here. These are the only important cards. The rest, feel free to go ahead and mix up, guys. Oh, keep in Cowboy. That's actually another important card, because when you go for that play, there are times where Cowboy is relevant, okay, just as specific integers. If you wanted to play Upstart Goblin, there was a time where I was I was doing the math before building the deck, and I played Upstart Goblin, and then I decided, well, I have, like, I didn't have room. It was like 43 cards, and, like, Upstart wasn't there. I'm like, okay, I'll just drop Upstart, and I'll just drop these other cards. I didn't need it. But if you want to play Upstart Goblin, you can put Magical Mallet in here, and it actually is not bad. The reason why is because it allows you to have another target for Treasure Pander to banish as another spell target. It's not even that bad, though. But if you're going to run that, run Gaga Cowboy. I find it to be unnecessary, but you guys can let me know your thoughts on it. But Quintet Magician Exodia, it's hype, man. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it for these unique Yu-Gi-Oh videos. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm always trying to be innovative, playing some more fun decks than the meta stuff, and just having some fun with some hype anime status decks. But it's not bad. This one, it really isn't. Try it out yourself, and let me know if you guys have any suggestions down below in the comment section below. But thanks for watching, guys, and I am signing out.